Hello everyone, welcome to MindMatrix. Today, our special guest is Vishal Halder. Okay, so before starting on this session, just like and share this session to everyone because it's going to be a big journey for all those who want to learn. Okay, and there are many students who have a doubt that okay, if I have this B.Tech in this stream, can I get into the M.Tech CS or kind of M.Tech AI program? Okay, because he has done his B.Tech in metallurgy and that too from IIT Bombay. Okay, so we'll be discussing all that about that long journey he had, about the struggle he faced, because I guess you all would agree it's not easy to change the subjects and study all that. So let's just start with that. Before that, I'll say again, just share this session with everyone you care and love. Okay, so hi Vishal.
Hi Sachin.
So how are you right now?
I'm fine.
Fine. Big shout out to him because right now it's I guess 1:30 in the night and we are recording this session.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, he's too much. Like he wanted to help those students who may be having these kind of struggles or doubt. So he wanted to solve that. So let's begin now. So Vishal, like short intro about yourself, like about your B.Tech, which is like I guess most exciting for many students out there.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
sure.
Your journey towards this place like M.Tech AI.
Right. So, my name is Vishal Halder,
Yeah.
and I'm natively from West Bengal, but I've been brought up in Hyderabad.
Okay.
Then I did my B.Tech from IIT Bombay in Metallurgical Engineering and Material Science.
Yeah.
And I am a 2021 batch pass out. And post that, I took a gap of almost 1 year when I was preparing for GATE in computer science. And then I joined IISC as an M.Tech candidate in artificial intelligence.
And do mention about your placement. You got placed now.
Yeah.
Didn't mention.
So about a month back, I got placed in Mercedes-Benz R&D
Nice.
India. Thank you.
Yeah.
As a machine learning engineer.
Yeah, it's
So-
great. So like it's always good when we hear about Mercedes, BMW, and all that. Now we have someone working over there. Will be working. Okay, improving the Mercedes Benz over there.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Nice. So yeah, let's now just start with this stuff. So you had your B.Tech in metallurgy, and then you are pursuing M.Tech in artificial intelligence. Of course, you appeared in GATE CS before.
Yeah.
Because now we have GATE data science exam, but earlier it was not. So CS was the gateway for AI kind of courses in IITs and IISC. So yeah, how come that thought originated in your mind?
Mhm.
Okay, because you must have explored within your domain only within metallurgy, and then coming to just thinking about okay appearing in GATE CS. Just tell me in brief about that.
Right. So, the thing is, during my B.Tech, I mostly from the second year itself, when the core courses for metallurgy and material science begins, because the first year is common courses. Right?
Yeah.
All departments have the same
Mhm.
courses. So right from when I started encountering my core courses,
Mm.
I never got that feeling of excitement and that inner fire within me that okay, I like the subject or
Okay.
anything like that.
To rock the
Yeah.
your B.Tech at that time. So
Yeah,
you were
during
like
my
a bit distracted from what you were studying.
Yes, because I think there were many reasons. One of them being that the most of the opportunities in the industry were not from my core branch. So I was seeing people from let's say 2 years senior batch from me. Most of them were getting placed in data science roles
Okay.
or as a data analyst
Yeah.
or as a software engineer or anything else. Basically they were all getting placed in so-called non-core
Profile
domain
Okay.
companies. So just looking at that, I think that was the biggest demotivating factor,
Okay.
and that took away a huge amount of attraction from the core subject for me personally.
But I guess
But
you
also,
still,
I did not enjoy the theoretical stuff that I was reading over there.
Yeah.
So for example, I have done 3 years of proper metallurgy courses, metallurgy and material science courses in IITK. Whereas over here it's been like 3 semesters of AI courses, right?
Yes.
But I can see that these courses over here in IISC, they excite me a lot.
Nice.
When I see the sort of mathematical rigor behind each AI model or each topic in a subject, like for example, let's take optimization. It's a huge domain, right? And when I start to study different algorithms, optimization algorithms, the joy that I feel, I never felt that sort of emotion towards any subject in my 3 years of undergraduate studies. So it was clear by the end of my 4th year that metallurgy is not for me.
Okay, so you would be going for something related to CS or AI?
Yeah. So in my final semester, everybody was either placed or trying to get placed among my friend circle. And I was the only one who wasn't even trying for placements, because I knew one thing for sure, that I will study for a little more. Because I wasn't satisfied with the way my undergraduate education had proceeded. I did not feel skilled enough to do meaningful stuff in the industry. I just felt like I need to get myself upskilled and learn new stuff and rigorous stuff, so that I enjoy working in industry.
So you wanted like kind of challenging work which can excite you to rise in the morning.
Yes.
Okay, nice.
Exactly.
Nice.
So that made me consider doing an M.Tech in some other subject apart from metallurgy and material science. There were a few options. Like one of my friends, he was suggesting, let's do mechanical, because mechanical has a greater scope than metallurgy. There are PSUs which hire from mechanical, and also the syllabus is kind of overlapping. I think about 60% syllabus was overlaps between gate metallurgy and gate mechanical. So that was one option. And then the other option, the most
completely different.
The radical option was to do computer science. In some sense, it was a no-brainer, because when you don't know what you are interested in, you just know what you're not interested in. The safest bet is to study something which is in high demand in the industry.
Agree.
Right. And if you look at all the jobs that are being offered in any particular placement season in a particular university in India, I think 80 to 85% of them are CS related jobs.
Agree.
So the safest bet in a way was to study CS. And then I also had a few good friends with whom I would discuss this topic in my last semester as to what I should do further. And when I told them that I'm in a dilemma right now, I don't know which subject I should study as part of my M.Tech. So my ex-roommate back then, his name is Atharva. He was motivating me a lot
for CS
to take CS. So he was also initially a metallurgy student, but in his second year he changed his branch from metallurgy to mathematics. And so he also initially struggled a bit, because going from metallurgy to that sort of rigorous and abstract stuff. You require a different sort of wiring in your brain, a different way to approach problems, and a different way to absorb new theory.
A lot of rewiring also required for that.
Yes. So he went through that challenge on his own
and motivated you.
And I think he saw something in me, and he felt like I would be capable of also going through that sort of transition on my own. And he encouraged me a lot, basically, to take up CS.
So then
also my I would like to mention my parents. because when they first heard of my plan to do an M.Tech, they were very encouraging. They were like, yeah, sure, you should go ahead. Anyways, you're just 21
Yeah.
when you're graduating, so it's not an age to do a job. You should study further. They were very encouraging.
Basically, explore the ideas, and if you are
yeah.
thinking about M.Tech, then it's a great idea.
Yeah.
pursue.
And also, when I first told my parents about when I just floated around the idea that maybe I could do an M.Tech in computer science also. My father immediately fell behind that idea.
Okay.
He really liked it.
Okay.
He came to a conclusion very quickly that yes, this
You must be doing this.
Yes, this would be the best decision that you can take right now.
Nice.
This is the best career path right now.
Okay.
And so by the end of May, right when I was finishing when I had already just finished my final exams and I was just leaving campus, around that time I had decided that okay,
GATE
I'll
CS.
do GATE in computer science. Although this was a very big step for me, I should mention, because unlike a lot of my peers, I never took any computer science course during my B.Tech. A few of my friends had done basic CS courses like DSA and maybe an ML course, but I had never done that. Done those. So computer science was completely new to me. I just knew basic programming because basic programming is a core course that they teach in the first year.
Yeah.
So I just knew that, and I thought, okay, I can do it. I was
pretty confident.
Pretty self-confident. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So you had that idea. And what about this AI thing when it originated? Okay, because you thought of appearing in GATE CS exam.
Yes.
So was it before GATE CS exam that you were thinking, okay, that something AI can be there which I can be studying, or was it like after GATE CS that okay, while exploring the options after you appeared in the GATE CS that okay, I can explore this AI also?
So once I decided to do GATE in computer science and I started my preparation, often you don't feel like, you feel a bit demotivated while studying. Let's say you're studying since 3 hours or something. You feel like taking a break, right?
Yeah.
So one day, randomly, in my first month of preparation, I just got this thought that, okay, let's see what all institutes, what all programs I'll be eligible in.
Okay.
Because my B.Tech was in a different branch, right? I just wanted to filter out those options beforehand in my mind.
Yeah.
The institutes which would not accept me.
Okay.
Just because of my undergraduate. For example, I found out after digging a little that IIT Delhi does not accept students from non-CS background or let's say non-math background. I think they also accept math. But non-CS, non-math background people can't apply for M.Tech in CS.
Okay.
I saw that, so I just mentally rejected IIT Delhi beforehand.
So it's a good idea basically, because you might be thinking in your mind, okay, that these are the colleges I'll be applying for, but then later on you get to know that okay, you're not even eligible to apply.
Exactly.
That dishearten
that would be a massive blow to anybody who is preparing
for all the students who are thinking that okay, we will be appearing in GATE CS or GATE DS, they must be checking out the websites.
And these things change every year.
Yeah.
So I think you guys should do a grid search for every IIT or every institute where you want to go, and just check their eligibility criteria regarding the program that you want to apply right now in your mind. So,
and at least for the last year's criteria, you must be checking for sure.
Okay.
So
when I was going through these different universities, I came across this program,
IISC,
M.Tech in AI.
Yeah.
And the course website was so well made.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a proper, courses segregated by pools. Pool A, core courses, hardcore. Pool B, softcore courses.
Yeah.
And then Pool C, additional courses.
So you are already attracted towards these kind of courses.
Just reading the course names. For example, let's say Advanced Deep Representation Learning.
Yeah.
When I just read that course name itself, I was shocked. I was like, okay, what is this?
Oh, yeah, but
first of all, this advanced.
And then deep representation
learning. I had just heard of machine learning. I didn't even know what it is, but I had heard of the term machine learning. I had heard AI, but that's it. So I used to Google uh, these names of different courses and just try to find out what the entire overall concept is. Just a big picture view, so that I know what I'm. I mean, not. I won't say what I'm getting into, because back then I had no idea what I could get into. Right?
Yes, Just but still exploring.
Yeah,
just motivating yourself by exploring the option.
Yeah.
That this can be one of the place or course I can be into.
Yes.
Okay.
So in that way, slowly, I got interested in AI.
Okay.
You can say.
So enough about the motivation from the metallurgy to AI. So now let's talk about the main stuff over here, the journey about the preparation. Okay. So when did you start your preparation?
I started my preparation from June 2021.
So was it you were studying yourself or you enrolled somewhere?
So I enrolled in this online program, in which there were pre-recorded videos for each and every gate topic, and there were also some subject tests after each subject, or after a big module of that subject. And they also had, I think, monthly or initially the bi-monthly subject tests of all the subjects that you should have covered by then according to their particular schedule. So I had basically access to pre-recorded videos.
You can mention the faculty who was teaching.
Right. So the videos
we
were
are
by
finding that. Yeah.
Srikanth Verma.
Okay, nice.
And he's a very
big
nice
name,
teacher.
big name. Yeah, I know.
Very nice teacher.
Alumni of IISC only.
Yeah, alumni of IISC.
Yeah.
And the clarity in which he used to teach, that was commendable.
Okay.
I would say.
Okay. So that you enrolled in this online course over there.
Yes.
Okay, and then you started from June.
Yeah.
So you must have faced difficulties because it's for the first time you were studying CS subjects.
Yeah,
so what were the subjects you found most difficult?
Okay, so I started with theory of computation.
Okay.
And for a few days, for let's say maybe 3 days or 4 days, I felt a little, I felt like I struggled a little bit because it was completely abstract stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And things were making sense. The teacher was very good. I have to give him credit again. I think. And things were very logical. The thing is, I never had done that sort of stuff earlier.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a bit of a, there were a few, let's say, teething problems that I was facing. But quickly I grew interest in the subject, and I began to realize that I like abstract stuff.
Wow.
So that was my beginning.
Okay.
And then slowly, whenever a new, I would start a new subject. In the starting few days, I would feel like, okay, this is a little intimidating. For example, when I let's say when I first started probability, probability and combinatorics and stuff like that, it was a little confusing because I was way out of touch from even high school probability back then, because I think we never utilized those concepts during our coursework in B.Tech.
But now in IISC, we have realized how important probability is.
Yeah. So probability is the backbone of everything. I would say in machine learning.
Yes.
So
I agree on that.
Right now, though, we are quite comfortable in that. But initially, when I was revisiting probability for the first time after class 12, I felt like, damn, I have to read through this stuff again. And also, I had jumped into doing some problems from PYQs from this particular chapter, and I found that I am unable to solve them. Okay. This was even before going through all the videos. Just I had watched a few videos, jaldi se, and I just jumped into the problems because I felt like, okay, it's probability, right? I mean, I must be able to do it.
Yeah.
But I realized that no, I need to brush up my concepts, and go through the videos in a proper order so that everything falls in place properly.
Yeah, agree.
So yeah.
So yeah, difficult subjects you had, like most difficult subject.
Right. So I think I found computer architecture to be quite difficult, and I would say it was mainly due to lack of time. So I started preparation in June, right, and the gate exam was in February. So I had a proper, let's say 8 month period, and in between, in July, I got dengue.
Oh,
Okay, so 20 days were just gone
okay.
over there.
So that must have like kind of demotivated you for some time.
I wouldn't say demotivated, but yeah, I was very sick.
Okay,
So in dengue, you can't do anything. You feel very helpless and very weak. You can't study for sure.
Okay.
And yeah, dengue is one of the worst
Condition you face or
worst
struggle.
diseases that you can face.
Yeah. Okay.
So
So at that point of time, you were clear, even when you were dengue, that okay, gait is something, so I have to recover fast. And your body made sure that, I guess.
Yeah.
Because dengue can take a lot more time, but just because you are mentally strong with respect to the stuff you have to do, and that is in the line, you were also motivated. You were not like, okay, unlike many other students out there that who might be facing some difficulty, and then they are like, okay, my time has gone, now what is the point of utilizing, or they leave study.
Okay.
You were unlike those.
Okay. No.
Yeah.
So I had fixed GATE 2022 as my target right on, I think, 1st June.
Oh.
Okay. So that target was non-negotiable for me. I had no other backup plan, right?
Yeah.
So I did not sit for placements thinking that I would do higher studies, and then higher studies, especially GATE, was my only option. I literally had no other backup. So it was non-negotiable. Skipping preparation, that was not even an option.
So students, take some notes. So like that kind of grit and commitment is required. Even when you face the difficulty, you have to bounce back. Keep reminding yourself what you have, what decision you have taken, and what you are ensuring, what you must be getting into. Okay, because that is the fight you have chosen.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
So think clearly before you choose your fight.
Yeah.
But once you've chosen, you
Yes.
can't back down. That's your fight now.
Yeah. Okay. So what was the time by which you completed your subjects?
So by the end of December, I had completed most of my subjects once. Okay. I wasn't confident in a few subjects like computer architecture, but majority of the portion I had finished once properly.
Okay.
So when I say I had finished them once, I mean that I had gone through each of the videos of those subjects, and also solved the problems that were coming up after each module or each chapter.
The practice
And
problems.
also I was solving PYQs. As and when I was finishing a chapter, I was solving PYQs of the chapter. And I knew that I would like to give, let's say, 2020 and 2021 GATE papers of computer science as full length tests,
As complete mock, yeah.
as complete mocks.
Yeah.
I knew this right from my start, that these will be my gold standard mock tests. So when I was practicing PYQs, I would skip those questions from 2020 and 2021. So this ensured that when I see them for the first time, so when I see them during my mocks, it's the first time that I'm going through those questions. So the mock is given in all honesty.
Okay. So it's like till initial few weeks of January, your syllabus completion got extended.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for example, in January, from January 1st, I had started revising, and also DBMS was left. So I was trying to complete DBMS as soon as possible. So revision, DBMS. these two things were going on parallelly.
Okay.
And I think in 10 days I finished TBMS.
Oh,
So
that was like, so you started watching it for the first time in Jan.
yeah.
Okay.
That was one subject that
Okay.
I had not finished
Touched.
yet,
Okay.
touched yet.
So, like for the students, it is not really advisable, but you can see from his interview that he was a lot more committed. So he made sure whatever he is doing, he'll be completing that. And he, like most of the students, by December end or January, they are like, they lose the touch of their studies. They leave even the preparation. So I'm not talking about the students who are like very much committed, but I'm talking about the general janta, okay, janta students, because they feel like, okay, I haven't practiced well, I haven't studied well, we'll wait for some other year. So that is, so just learn it that even when he was not able to complete, by December end also, he was committed that he has to put in, okay, the level of effort he has to put in. So learn from that. He was doing at that point of time, his syllabus was also not complete, but he was that much committed for that.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I'll talk about, okay, that so you have told us that, okay, that PYQ, basically complete last year's paper you were giving as mock. That is the most important. Even I suggest to the students that last year's paper, maybe it can be 2 or 3 years paper, you must be giving it as a mock, because I guess as we have discussed earlier, in fact you haven't given much of the test series.
No.
So it was only one test series you were having, and that too from that mock you were not like, you haven't appeared in most of the mock. You were like 5-6 mock.
Yeah, about 5 to 6.
So the point, again, it's not advisable, but the point is he was already knowing what he's doing. Okay, that much clarity he had already. Okay, that is quite evident from the interview.
I knew that
yes.
The tests, the full length tests that were a part of the test series from the coaching institute. I knew that most of the questions are either at a lower level from the actual gate questions, or a few of them will be at a very high level.
Yes.
So
Basically,
basically,
would be difficult.
yeah, matching the question level of those mock tests with the actual gate questions is very difficult.
Yeah.
So
agree on that.
I never focused on these external tests. My gold standard was either PYQ gate questions or as I mentioned, 2020 and 2021 full length gate papers.
Yeah.
These were the benchmarks against which I was testing myself.
Okay.
I would say that PYQs are the most important resource.
That is the gold mine, basically.
That is-
You must be practicing repetitively.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you practice once all the questions in a clear way, and when I say practice, let's say you got stuck in a problem and you're unable to solve it when you first encountered it. So then dig into the solution and think about why you weren't able to come up with that idea.
Yeah.
And once you saw that idea, you have to make it very clear in your mind as to what was exactly novel in this
Within
approach.
Yeah.
Right? And when you think a lot about this question and about why this particular way of answering it makes you approach the answer and is one of the feasible methods in which you can answer the question, you will not forget how to answer such questions when you encounter them again, right? So when you're getting stuck, it's not just that go to the answer, see what's the answer, and then try to replicate it once and then done. Oh
Yeah, it's not that simple traditional approach of just going through once, looking solution, done, as you mentioned. So there is a lot more things which are involved in it, as you suggested.
Yes, you have to basically actively train your mind.
Yeah.
You have to always see why your mind
Yeah.
wasn't able to catch it in the first instance.
And how you can develop that kind of intuition or idea to come to that approach which is required actually.
Yes.
Okay.
Because in the actual exam also you will come across
Yeah.
novel questions,
Novel questions,
new
yeah.
questions which you never encountered ever.
Yeah.
You must be in a position, your mind must be trained in such a way that you should be able to attempt those questions also in the exam.
Yeah, exactly.
And not be just dumbstruck and just stare at the question and do it.
And then be blank and you just panic at that point.
Yeah.
You have to prepare yourself
Yeah.
for that beforehand. Okay. Okay. So there is a thing, okay, that you have been studying like maybe like 3 hours, 4 hours, whatever in a day.
Mm-hmm.
Then everybody feels like, okay, I need to just refresh myself or take some break. Okay, what you used to do at that point of time during your preparation days?
Okay. So, so firstly, I used to study for a minimum of 8 hours a day.
Okay.
Sometimes I used to pull,
Mhm.
let's say 10,
Mhm.
towards the end 12 hours.
Okay.
But yeah, on an average, it was around 8 to 9 hours a day.
Okay. Hell lot of hours. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that was a full time work, right?
Yeah.
And my only
Understood.
life goal at that point of time.
Yeah.
So I would say that, when I used to sit for lunch,
Mhm.
I used to talk with my sister and with my mom.
Okay.
That would refresh in my mind. And then in the evenings, I used to walk my dog.
Oh.
So that was a very, refreshing time of the day.
Okay.
So yeah, these were the things. And then sometimes, like maybe monthly, once or twice, I used to talk with some of my friends.
Okay.
So
Yeah, it's required.
by the way, I don't think I've mentioned this in this interview, but during my preparation in the initial days, I found that my phone is my biggest distraction.
Oh.
Okay, so I just switched it off,
Okay.
took out my SIM card from my phone and put it in my mom's phone. So
During
that-
the initial days only.
during the initial. So I think by July I came to this conclusion that I have to ditch my phone completely.
So take some notes to avoid distraction. What all you should be doing.
Yeah. So, at the end of the day, even during the initial days of preparation, if you have done your preparation honestly.
Yes.
You can,
We are the best
Judge
better
yourself.
judge. Yeah.
Right.
Always.
and you have to be honest while judging yourself.
Yeah. Agree.
So, if you are seeing that your phone is distracting you, just completely avoid the phone.
Yeah.
It's not like you need the phone for studies.
You were explaining something with respect to the SIM. Yeah. Just
Yeah.
more on
So
that.
I took out my SIM from my phone and put it in my mom's phone. So my mom's phone had a dual SIM facility,
Okay.
and my mom had just
Advantage.
one SIM.
Yeah.
So I put mine also there so that if some of my friends called me, my mom could pick up and say if I'm busy or when to call.
If something urgent comes up, so
Yeah,
for
if
just for
something
that.
urgent comes up. So yeah, and as I was saying, maybe monthly, once or twice,
Mhm.
I would take my mom's phone and call my friends.
Okay. Okay.
And so that was something I did.
Okay. So like we have got the idea that okay, you got delayed like with respect to the subject completion. So yeah, you made sure that whatever you were completing that with honesty.
Yeah.
Okay. You found subject difficult like architecture, but you made sure that at least you have gone through all the videos once. So that he made sure that okay, some of the easy topics can be there. So he
Yeah.
made sure that he completed all those are the important topics being covered out there. So no student must be leaving any subject entirely. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a very important point if you want to score good. Every subject has some easy topics, some important topics. If you are not able to understand some topic, it's fine, you can leave that. In fact, the probability of getting a question from there is already very less.
Yeah.
But you should not be leasing entire subject for that. I guess you agree
Yeah.
on that. Okay. So, what do you think? Like, what is the most important advice if you would like to, give one advice for the students that what they must be focusing upon, like how they can make their preparation better? 1 or 3, like 1, 2, 3, any number. At most 3 advice you would like to give students.
Mm-hmm.
Like what they must be like, as you mentioned, PYQ or like distractions and strategy, what all, like commitment with respect to all
Okay.
these, like whatever you can think of, 3 important strategies or point you would like to advise.
So I have seen a lot of my peers.
Mhm.
They were focusing on full-length test series a
Mhm.
lot, right from the beginning.
Mhm.
And these tests were from some or the other coaching institute,
Mhm.
right? And they would get very excited looking at the scores towards the end. Like
Mhm.
if they're getting very good, they'll be very happy,
Mhm.
or if they're getting poor, they'll get demotivated. I feel like we give undue weightage to these tests.
Yeah.
The actual questions and the actual way to judge yourself is by doing PYQs and actual gate papers.
Very important point I would like to emphasize. Okay, don't get attached to your scores. Be
Yeah.
it less, be it high. Okay,
Yeah.
because you may be getting a bias towards not related questions, or if you are getting less marks, so that is also fine. Okay, and don't get disheartened because maybe that type of questions won't be asked. Most important point is PYQ, as you mentioned. Okay, yeah. Second advice.
Also, I would say that the final week that you have right before your gate exam, that is very crucial. So what I did in my final week was I was just going through my notes and revising all the topics. I made sure that in that 1 week I'm able to revise all of the topics in maybe 5 days or something.
Okay.
And 2 days before the exam, I gave the 2021 gate paper, gate CS paper.
So over that, I would like to comment that it's not for everyone. Okay, that in the last week, even in fact, I would advise not to give. But as I suggested, he was mentally aware of what he's doing. Okay, so he has his own perception with respect to that. I have my own. So I feel the students who panic a lot, who have who face more of stress problems, they must not be giving any test within the last week. They must be revising most of the time. Okay, and they must be chilling out a bit because the work has been done. It's all about revising and retaining the stuff right now. I would say that, but still, yeah, that's your call. So yeah.
So what I feel is like, look, at the end of the day, we are giving an exam.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. What is an exam? It's basically solving a fixed number of questions in a fixed amount of time.
Yeah.
It's basically an optimization problem.
Yeah.
You're basically trying to maximize the marks that you will get.
Yeah.
Right. So you must be already practicing solving problems in a constrained time.
Yeah.
But right before the exam, I think you should have a feel of giving an entire exam again. Like, okay, not a lot. I wouldn't say practice an exam every day for 1 week before the test, because that would be like over practicing. Then what that would make you feel is you would get into this particular state of flow every day giving those exams, right? And then in the actual day of the exam, while you're writing the actual exam, if you don't feel like you're in that state of flow, or because of a variety of reasons, you're in a new environment, you're not in your usual study table, and there are many people around you, there are invigilators, so it might often happen that you're not again in that state of flow.
Yeah.
So you might feel like you might panic.
Yeah.
You might feel
getting it.
You're not in your element anymore.
Yes.
But if you also do not give any paper, then I feel like the muscle memory that you had already developed by doing so many PYQs in a constrained time, or let's say full length tests in a proper exam setting, that muscle memory will not be as active in your mind as it should be. At least that is my opinion.
Yeah,
I
agree on that. In fact, to be honest, at my point of time, like I even gave it like 1 day before. I'll be honest. So yeah, but there was a remark that for what do I say, that people who get easily stressed out and those,
right,
they must not be giving it. I'm just telling this because of the reason, if that messes up the day before or 2 days before, if you're giving an exam, and that if by any chance you mess up that,
right,
you are into the trouble, because that would panic you more. So just to avoid that,
right.
And what can be done, just before 1 week you can do the test. In fact, I also suggested, give exam at the time your actual exam is just to make habit of that. But yeah, one thing I would like to emphasize, which he added, don't be too much habitual of that.
Yeah.
because as he mentioned that if you are into that habit too much, so you might be giving on your study table on the daily basis, and then you are seeing that things around you, that happens. Our unconscious mind make that aware that okay, what environment you are giving, and then suddenly on exam day the complete environment changes.
Yeah.
Maybe the time is same, but maybe things may go in some other direction. So don't be too much habitual of that, and don't be too loose on that as well. Okay?
Yeah.
So yeah, I would agree like what you mentioned. Okay. So any other advice, like, or is it like those are the two most important?
Okay, thirdly, I would say be confident of yourself.
Yeah.
Like,
Very important.
whenever you feel like you are not able to, let's say, understand a topic when you first read it, or you're unable to finish that day's goal that you had set at the start of the day, or many days back, if you had planned that okay, in this particular day I have to finish this. If you're not able to do that, don't worry, you will be able to do it.
Yeah.
You just have to have the confidence that no matter what, you can do it. You will be able to ace the exam. You should have that.
And things will fall into the places.
Yes.
Everything will be right. You just need to be confident of what you have done.
Yeah.
But you have to be honest with respect to that.
Yeah. You should be honest with how you think
Yeah.
you have prepared.
Yeah, I agree.
And after that, after being honest with yourself, if you are confident with your preparation, then that's it. Nobody can beat you.
Yeah, exactly. I agree on that. Okay. So that was quite an interesting conversation we had. Okay, and I guess at some points that happens usually that okay, we had a bit of contradiction, but still there are things which are relatable, and that those were like scenario based, that to which what kind of people it may apply. Right. So that must be considered. So some of the strategy he has mentioned is not for every kind, every, what should I say, every person, or for the people with who get faint very easily. Okay. So
I feel like you best understand yourself.
Yes, just decide
and
that accordingly.
You have to decide your best strategy for.
Yeah. And that is the most important goal, that you must listen to the people out there, okay, so that you can pick up some things which are applicable on you. Yeah. Because it's like one of the things is okay, some student can suggest okay, just study early morning. Some may suggest study at night. But it is as per the student who is actually gonna study that which is the best time for you. So you have to create your own strategy after listening to everyone. That is most important.
Yes.
So it was a nice discussion, Vishal, and thank you for being part of this discussion.
Oh, anytime.
And this conversation would be helping a lot many students out there. So thanks for being there. And you want to address at last anything?
Oh, I enjoyed this conversation. Thank you, Sachin, for giving me this platform. And all the best, guys.
Yeah. So
just
all the
be
best.
confident.
Yeah,
you can do it.
So we'll be meeting in, I guess, one again soon in the next session after the gate if it will be required. Okay.
Yeah.
So see you guys. Bye. Take care. And keep sharing. Do like and comment your views about it. If you need any help, you can just comment down. I'll be answering all that for sure. Okay. So bye guys. Thank you.